See all that? That is just one pile of the things that I need to take to my classroom. Just pile number one. There's another matching pile in the basement. Hi guys, welcome back. I am vlogging today because you are looking at a teacher who is starting to freak out just a little bit. As you guys know, I have all the stuff that I want to do for my classroom, and I want to get it all set up, and I want it to be looking beautiful, but there are several issues at play here. First issue is my building is under construction. About 2 years ago, maybe 2.5 now, my district was able to pass a bond grant or a bond issue for several $1,000,000 for building renovations. And now that sounds like a lot of money, but remember, every building in my district is old. So every nickel and dime is being very carefully accounted for, and all that money is being put to good use. But our building right now is a construction zone. And I could have told you this at the end of last year. Surprise, the construction crew isn't going to be finished in time. So we're hoping that they're done by the day school starts. There's a possibility they may not be done by then. And so I would love to get in my classroom, tear down all the red, and start going Harry Potter cuckoo, but we are not being allowed into our classrooms. Our principal has decided that the site is unsafe for liability issues and injury issues. He doesn't want any of his staff getting injured a week before school starts. But in the meantime, we're not being allowed in. And so here I am, I'm at home, and I'm watching all these YouTube videos on people, taking 2 weeks, going in every day, setting up their classrooms. And I'm hoping and praying I get 1 day. This is why in June, I make sure that when I leave my classroom in June, except for having to put the furniture back in place from the carpets being shampooed, I make sure the room is ready for the first day of school. I really do. This is why it was so important to me to get all those bulletin boards up and to get all that decor up. Now granted, I went and changed my mind over summer vacation and I'm about to rip it all down, but if I'm not allowed into my classroom until the day children show up, it may not be the classroom I want, but at least it is a completed, fully decorated classroom ready to go on day one. So that's why, because this is not the first time this has happened to us. Like 3 years ago, they tore up the original boardwalk and replaced the boardwalk. And that summer, when summer was over, we were not allowed into our classrooms until 1 hour before the children arrived. Swear to God, 1 hour. There were teachers crying that morning. I mean, people were like really crying because they weren't even allowed to go into their classrooms and get their teacher's manuals or anything. That's why I am so careful in June. Teacher's manuals, come home. Lesson plan books, come home. Classroom is done on the last day of school. Burn me once, shame on you. Burn me twice, shame on me. So that's issue number one. I don't even know if I'm going to be allowed access to my classroom to put up the Harry Potter theme. So you would think, okay, well, not a problem. At least you're home. You have all your manuals. You can start doing lesson plans, right? Well, not exactly. I've done some lesson planning. As you guys know, you saw a video where I did a bunch of lesson plans already. However, Monday I am interviewing for a 2nd grade classroom at another building in the same district, but just at another building. So I've got my portfolio ready to go, my resume is ready to go, it's all ready to go. I just have to do the interview. But so, okay, I'm home, write lesson plans. Well, do I write lesson plans for a 4th grade or do I write lesson plans for a 2nd grade? Yeah, just do, what to do. So I have been working for the last few days on basically very generic things. Things that no matter where I go or what grade I'm teaching, I'm going to require these things regardless. So I've been working on like parent night things and acquiring the decorations I need, because even if I stay in the 4th grade, I will stay after school for probably every day for a week and still get my Harry Potter theme up. If I move buildings, I will probably know by Wednesday whether or not I got the 2nd grade position, which means then like Thursday and Friday I can at least go to that building and start decorating it, and then I'll have to contact the other building to at least make arrangements to get a U-Haul in there and move all of my stuff. Because as you guys know, like not the current desks in there, but like 80% of the contents of that classroom are my personal possessions. I've got to get all that moved to another building if I get the 2nd grade. So I've already talked to Bill, and he's going to like literally take a day off of work. We'll rent a U-Haul, go down there and move it all. But we're literally going to have like one day, to completely empty out one classroom, haul it to a new classroom, and get it in there. So yeah, I'm freaking out a little, just a little. Actually, I gotta give myself credit. I am surprisingly calm considering my dilemma at the moment. In previous years, I would have been so much more freaked out than this. But, you know, I've at least got contingency plans in the back of my head for no matter what happens. So just, again, organization and having contingency plans. These are things that just really help my anxiety and kind of keep me grounded. And I have been getting work done. In fact, I'm going to turn the camera around and show you a few things that I've been working on for like parent night and open house, and just like I said, generic things that I'm going to have done regardless of where I'm at or what grade I'm at and all that stuff. So I've been on Pinterest a lot. Can we all say, teachers, how did we survive before Pinterest? Really love Pinterest. Love Pinterest and Teachers Pay Teachers. Although everything I'm about to show you I got off of Pinterest. So here we go. The first thing I did was find some like stationery, and I printed a couple of these because in my classroom I have my slotted mailbox, and right now it's just blue. So, but I found some cute letters that if you fold it in half, it's front and back, or you could cut it into 4 pieces and then have multiple things. So I'm going to use this to like help decorate the mailbox, to, you know, kind of give it an aged feeling and make it really look like a post office box. I found a bunch of different labels, and these are some bottles that my sister-in-law gave the boys a couple of Halloweens ago, sour bats, and they had, as you can see, there's still some candy left in there. And so I found like cute labels that I've printed off that I'm going to like glue. I'm going to use a little cement glue and get those on the bottles to hide the candy labels and to make some cute little decor to put on things. And then I found some other cute labels. And then I've bought this at the Target dollar spot, and I initially bought it because it was red, and I thought, oh, how cute, it's red. Well, now what I'm thinking of doing is I'm probably going to get some craft paint and paint it brown and give it a distressed look and to make it fit in with the theme, because for a Harry Potter classroom, you know, instead of having all of these perfectly purchased items and perfect cutouts, you really do kind of want to have more of a earthy, natural feel. So, you know, wicker baskets, which I have lots of wicker baskets, wooden containers, chalkboard, obviously, antiqued or aged paper, and so a lot of the like tissue pom-poms and all these cute little things that I have up in the classroom right now will probably come down because I'm going to want to have the room feel almost old, if that makes sense, because supposedly this is a classroom that's been around for a couple hundred years, so that the stone paper and all that stuff will help to give it an antique-y feel, and then the things around the room will have an antique-y feel. And then I also found on Pinterest like Hogwarts Stationery, and I love the fact that it doesn't really say Hogwarts, it just has an H, because the city I teach in my school district, it literally starts with an H. So it doesn't have to be Hogwarts, it can be our school district. So, but I went ahead and I started making my signs for parent night. So this is the sign-in sheet with the cute little decal at the top. And then here I'm going to have a envelope station for parent night where parents will put their address on an envelope for a project we will do later in the year. Here is my sign to have my parent, and I deliberately covered up this part right here with a little tag, for getting my parents to sign up for Remind at parent night. So those are some of the things I've been working on to kind of go with all of this stuff, because I will get it all up. I just have no clue when I'm going to get it all up. So yeah, I kind of don't even know what to say right now. This is probably a teacher's worst situation come true. If I get the second grade, I can probably get in the building by Thursday and start work. But I would only have Thursday and Friday, because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we have all day professional developments. So those are 3 days where I might get an hour before the PD and I might get an hour and a half after the PD, but all that daytime I'm in training, so there's no working in the classrooms. And then Thursday the building will be open for us to go in and work all day. Friday the building's closed for the Labor Day weekend, and then the next Tuesday school starts. So yeah, this is not an ideal situation, and that's the best case scenario if I get the second grade. If I don't get the second grade and I stay in my current building in the fourth grade, I may not have access to my classroom until literally the day school starts, and I'm seriously hoping and praying that doesn't happen. I mean, I'm really hoping and praying that doesn't happen. So yeah, I don't know. It's not ideal. It's definitely not ideal, and no matter what happens, we'll get through it. I'll get through it, and things will be done. At least, like I said, if I stay in the fourth grade classroom, because I will be happy with either one. Second grade is probably my favorite grade to teach, which is why I've applied for it. But I also love fourth grade. Second and fourth are my favorite grades. They really are. I love the content of those grade levels, and I love the children of those grade levels. Second graders, you get all the cuteness of a first grader, but with a child that's a little bit more independent, a child who's not quite so helpless. Fourth graders, you get to start having really deep conversations with them, but you don't have that preteen attitude yet. That hasn't kicked in yet. So yeah, I really do love second and fourth grade. So no matter which grade level I end up with, I will be okay with that. I'll be happy with that. So I will be sure to let you guys know what happens, because I pretty much share everything with you guys. It's kind of what I do here. I've said this before, but I'll say it again. I really enjoy the community we've made here. I love the fact that since I started YouTube, I now talk to teachers in Australia. I now talk to teachers in England. I have teachers in New Zealand and Germany who comment on my videos and let me know what's happening in their countries. I find that amazing. I love being able to collaborate with literally teachers all around the world, as well as teachers in other states all over the place. It's really great. I love your support. I love your ideas, because boy, have you guys got a lot of ideas. And so I really appreciate all of that. And with that, I'm going to wrap up this short little video, and I will talk to you guys later.